Today marks the 10th anniversary of Call of Duty Black Ops 2. The game was released on November 12th, 2012. I still remember this game being announced. When I saw the reveal trailer, I was very skeptical on the idea of a Call of Duty game taking place in the near future, since most of the Call of Duty games took place either in the modern era, Cold War era, or World War II era. But at the same time, I was really excited only because of Zombie! And I'm sure a lot of us remember that live action trailer that featured a lot of famous people. Robert Downey Jr., who we all know him as Iron Man, was one of them. But the one cameo that blew my mind was FPS Russia. Yeah, remember him? He used to be a big deal on YouTube. He had a bunch of guns that he would show off, he would blow shit up, and he would speak in the fake Russian accent. Yeah, I miss him too. When the game came out, I enjoyed it. Just like Black Ops 1, I had fond memories of this game. I would play this game with my cousins in their house, and when I got the game on my PS3, me and my friends would play the game. My older and younger sister would play this game when their friends are hanging out, or just to kill time. The year is now 2022, and we are getting close to reaching 2025, the primary setting of Black Ops 2. Though, let's be honest, nothing has changed in this world. We didn't get cool looking technology, we didn't get cool robot tanks, nor did we get cool machine gun drones. All we got instead was stupid ideas like NFTs and bitcoins, while supported by stupid people, also known as Corpus, a pandemic that fucks shit up, social media making people stupider, Bionicle not returning, more fucking Lego Spider-Man sets being shat out, and another old white fart being president of the failed country that is known as America.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to
We did get cars that run on electricity, 3D printing technology, and some virtual reality stuff. Okay, really, nothing has changed over the last 10 years in terms of reality. But what about Black Ops 2? Does this game still hold the title of best Call of Duty game to date? You're watching my video, and it's going to be one hell of a ride. So let's get into it, shall we? To start, as usual, let's begin with the visuals. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 took a lot of notes from the previous entries and used them to incorporate the looks of their game. A lot has changed from Black Ops 1. More first-person animations play during in-game cutscenes. The textures have gotten a lot better than last time. There's more details on the models than there was before. The sound design feels aesthetically pleasing to listen to. The colors and lighting are very nicely done. The user interface is simple to look at. The ammo counter is simple, with just numbers rather than dotted symbols. Basically, a lot of good things about Black Ops 2, though there are some gripes with this game. For one, the ammo counter on the console version is slower than on the PC. If your internet is down on PC, you won't be able to access Black Ops 2 Zombies or multiplayer due to those game modes requiring internet to play. It's just really annoying. On consoles, you can play them without internet. The same could be said about Black Ops 1, but then again, I think modding fixes that problem. I think is the key word. Most of the gun sound effects feel the same. This could be due to budget cuts or running out of space in the game. Frankly, it doesn't bother me that much. The soundtrack is really great to listen to. During the Cold War era levels, the soundtrack feels more classical, but in the 2025 levels, the soundtrack feels more futuristic, electronic, and techno-like. It's like the movie Tron Legacy, where it goes from more classical in the beginning and then later transitions to more techno-like. That's all I have to say visual-wise. There's really nothing bad about the visuals. Maybe a few places with orange shaders and lighting being used, but that's about it. It's a Call of Duty game with everything and everyone looking good from last time. Let's move on to the campaign mode of Black Ops 2. The campaign of Black Ops 2 is the most unique out of all the Call of Duty games I have played. There is so much content packed within this game mode. For one, before the level starts, you can change your inventory and there is no limit for what weapon you want to start with. You can start off with 2 assault rifles or 2 explosive weapons, 2 pistols. All you have to do is just pick your weapon of choice, pick your poison, and go to town with it. You can also pick about 3 perks. There are some restrictions though. The limit for attachments is 3, so you can't go crazy with building your weapon unfortunately, but I think that's enough. You can complete bonus challenges that allow you to unlock more weapons, perks, and equipment. This is great because it adds a lot of replayability to the game, and there are a lot of things to unlock that are fun to play around with. The one thing that is so much fun to use is the MM1 grenade launcher. It is a 24-round grenade launcher. What the fuck? Holy shit. The best part about this is that there are ammo crates in a lot of the levels where you can restock all your equipment, and there is no limit. Just go crazy with whatever weapon you use. Throughout the game, if you have the access kit perk enabled, which is a must to do, you will be able to access some areas that contain some equipment you can use. This includes melee weapons such as a Kevlar sword or the combatant suppression knuckles, equipment such as chuckable mortar bombs, Molotov cocktails, or bear traps. They too are also so much fun to play around with, especially the bear traps in the first level. You can stick a mortar bomb in the bear trap and have someone explode from it. Like I said before, and I will say it again, it's so much fun. Acquiring these equipment can open up challenges for you to complete, so really, once you start the campaign, equip the access perk. Don't ever switch it out. Just like Black Ops 1, there are segments in the level where you can pilot or utilize transportation or equipment. For example, one of the levels you can ride on a horse, and that's so much fun because you can run over people with that horse. Another level has you control this little robot spider thingy. Black Ops 2's campaign also introduces levels where it combines being a real-time strategy game with being a first-person shooter. You can pick and choose a unit to control, or you can command the units to do something. I don't think I've ever seen a game like this. Maybe there was a game out there that I overlooked. If there was, comment on the name of that game and I'll take a look at it one day. These levels are nicely done. Depending on what level you are playing, you can play as not only a soldier, you can play as drones, robot tanks, or sentry turrets. There are objectives to complete in these levels, and they don't take too much of your time. Now that I've finished up the gameplay elements of the campaign, I'll be talking about the story elements, starting off with the plot. The story for Black Ops 2 takes place not only in the year 2025, but also during the final days of the Cold War in the late 1980s. Throughout the campaign, you play as mostly Alex Mason, played by Sam Worthington, and his son David Mason, played by Rich McDonald. During the campaign, you go back in time to see what happened to Alex Mason, who was supposedly murdered by the main antagonist, Raul Menendez. And then you're in missions trying to stop Raul Menendez from doing evil stuff. Unlike the previous antagonist, Dragovich, where all he wanted to do was take over the world because he was a bad guy, Raul Menendez, played by Camar de los Reyes, I really hope I said that right. Hey, no one's perfect. Does have motives, and a sympathetic backstory that makes him a really good villain. He's very cunning when it comes to planning and very manipulative. Like, he's able to get a lot of followers to join him. We're talking like millions. He's also a cheater of death. There are many times where it looks like he's dead, but we all know that he didn't die because it would be too quick and anticlimactic. I also like the speeches he shares. It highlights his personality and character. You also have previous characters returning from Black Ops 1, Frank Woods with his voice actor reprising his role, and Jason Hudson, who got a redesign due to the story being in the 80s. This time he isn't played by Ed Harris. Instead, he's played by Michael Keaton. Wait, what? Michael Keaton? Michael Keaton plays... There are new characters that are introduced as well. Raul Menendez and David Mason I mentioned, but you also have Mike Harper played by Michael Rooker. He's pretty much the soldier buddy for David Mason, similar to Frank Woods being the soldier buddy for Alex Mason. There's Farid, played by Omid Abtahi, a Middle Eastern soldier who works for Raul Menendez, but is actually a spy for David Mason. I also like the fact they got a Middle Eastern voice actor for him. It feels very fluent. Yeah, I'm Iranian American. What do you want from me? There's Admiral Briggs, played by Tony Todd, who is an admiral of a carrier ship called the USS Obama. Fuck. In Call of Duty World at War, there are some events that happen in the campaign that alter the story experience a bit. 2 if I recall, but maybe there are a few more that I missed out on. In Black Ops 2, the element applied to World at War gets used a lot more in this game. There are events that happen in-game where the choices you make could have a big outcome, kind of like the Mass Effect trilogy. It's not heavy like the Mass Effect games, but it's a big improvement compared to World at War. In Black Ops 2's campaign, there are multiple different endings, depending on what choices you made throughout the game. I won't explain it further into it, but just know that these endings are really good. I wouldn't even consider them good or bad endings, just endings that have either consequences or payoffs. Overall, I really think that Black Ops 2's campaign is still one of the best campaigns I've played. You have characters that you find likable, you can sympathize or relate to, choices that can alter the story, challenges that help make the campaign replayable, so many guns and options to play around with as you progress with the game, and complete challenges. Now that I've talked about the campaign, let's talk about multiplayer. Multiplayer in Black Ops 2 has changed quite a lot. It's pretty much like the rest of the Call of Duty games before Advanced Warfare tried to change things up a bit. Or maybe it was Ghosts. I have no idea. Just like my Black Ops 1 video, I won't be resorting to playing online much because either A, hackers, or B, people are going to kick my ass regardless. Instead, I'll be playing around with bots. You have new toys to play in the toy box, and some returning from either Black Ops or Modern Warfare 3. I mean, it makes sense to do that. Kill streaks got a new change. This time around, you can pick which kill streak to use. Or you can just use any kill streak you want. There is literally no limit. However, there are limits to customizing your loadout. You can add anything to your loadout until you reach 10. Same thing can be said about kill streaks. You can have 3 kill streaks maximum. It's like you're told you can buy anything at your local Lego store, but the limit is $10. Imagine that being a thing. I see this as a fair trade because if you have no limitations for loadouts, it would probably be completely unbalanced, but at the same time, it could be a lot of fun if done correctly. The game introduces a mechanic called wildcards. Applying a wildcard can give your loadout a major change. There are wildcards such as having your secondary weapon be a secondary primary weapon, meaning you can start off with 2 primary weapons like an assault rifle and a shotgun at the same time. You can have 2 colored perks. However, these wildcards also apply to the customization limit, so pick your poison and go crazy, and while you're at it, get your ass kicked by veteran players, because of course it's Call of Duty. You can apply camos and reticles to all of your weapons, even your knife. It's not much, but honestly, I love pimping out my weapons just to make them look cool. I'm just the kind of person that worships creative freedom in gaming. Oh, and I forgot to mention that you can start off with no weapons and use your knife. Just like previous Call of Duty games, the maps are very fun to play around. Nuketown gets remade into a retro 1960s sci-fi look, which is awesome. Still owe you guys a review on Indiana Jones 4, by the way. The DLCs, of course, adds more maps, but one of the DLCs, Revolution, adds a new weapon, that being the Peacekeeper. As soon as you buy the DLC and unlock the ability to customize a class, you get this weapon for free, and this gun is really fun to play around with. I really love the design. Other than that, the other DLCs don't get any new weapons to use, just new maps. There's microtransactions in this game, but it's not pressuring or predatory like supply drops or battle passes in the later Call of Duty games. They are known as personalization packs. Each personalization pack contains a camo, a few reticles, and a calling card based on that pack's theme. Honestly, I don't mind spending $2 just to pimp out my weapon, and again, it's not pressuring like Fortnite's Battle Pass, nor predatory like loot boxes. And what you get won't change the game, just the looks of your weapon. Most of the DLC camos are pretty fun. I love the Pack-a-Punch camo, Afterlife camo, and Weaponized 115 camos because Pack-a-Punch camos are really cool. Lastly, there are some things I am not happy about. For one, the COD points don't make a return. Instead, you get tokens to unlock weapons, perks, kill streaks, etc. But here's a catch. You can only spend them on items that are at your rank or lower. That means you can't spend tokens on items that are above your rank. You also get 1 token per game, if I recall from the gameplay experiences. In Black Ops 1, after buying a weapon from ranking up, you can spend your COD points on attachments. In Black Ops 2, you need to level up your weapon by playing the game and getting kills. To me, this feels like a downgrade because, again, I would rather earn points to spend on attachments while leveling up to get new weapons. The reason why I think this is because if you really think about it, some players out there are not experienced and will get annihilated by the stronger ones, requiring so much time to put in. And that's pretty much what I have to say for multiplayer. It's just Call of Duty multiplayer, but with a lot of cool things added and a lot of not cool things added. Now let's talk about the most I talk about in my Call of Duty reviews. Zombies. Black Ops 2 Zombies was somewhat mixed. I didn't have as much fun as I did with Black Ops 1 or World at War Zombies. Most of the maps were just meh, and I can't believe I said that because Black Ops 2 has a great campaign, good multiplayer, and nice visuals. So, what made Zombies not as fun as Black Ops 1 or World at War? We'll begin with the map, Tranzit. A map that has been considered the worst, but also somewhat enjoyable at times. Taking place after the events of Moon's Easter egg, which TLDR Richtofen switches bodies with Samantha Maxis and takes over the zombies, and the Earth gets fucking nuked by Dr. Maxis. I forgot to mention the lore and Easter egg stuff in my Black Ops 1 video, so this is me making up for it. I'm sorry. This map introduces a new cast of playable characters. Rustman, who's an old homeless black guy played by the same guy who plays as Arender from Skyrim and also Harbinger from Mass Effect 2. Marlton, a nerd looking like Gordon Freeman if he was fired from Black Mesa and played by Scott Menville, who also plays as Robin in Teen Titans Go. Misty, a farm girl played by Stephanie Lemillin, who is the first playable original female character in Call of Duty Zombies. And lastly, Stillinger, played by David Bowe. Finally, an actual name I can pronounce. Who's basically some paranoid conspiracy theorist that happens to be schizophrenic, while it's looking like Commissioner Gordon in the Dark Knight trilogy. Basically, these characters are like a crew you would find in Left 4 Dead. They barely had much personality when they were first introduced. Rustman's character was him being an old fart, Marlton acts all nerdy and smart, Misty exists because gamers will go crazy over breasts, and Stillinger acts pretty misogynistic or acts all conspiracy. But to be fair, I do like some of the one-liners they deliver, especially Rustman and Stillinger. The acting for these two characters also helps make it more enjoyable. You also have returning characters from Black Ops 1. The most notable is Richtofen, who has control over the zombies and also speaks to Stillinger in the later games, hence the schizophrenia. As for the map itself, it has a lot of interesting ideas thrown in, but also a laundry list full of problems. For one, you can craft equipment in this map. There's the turbine, turret, electro trap, and zombie shield. The turbine is pretty useful for opening doors, powering things, and it can also be used to distract zombies. The turret and electro trap are really awful. It requires the turbine to power them on, and they are very useless at doing what the tin says they're supposed to do. The zombie shield is probably the best out of the buildables. You can put it behind your back and it prevents zombies from hitting behind you, or you can yeet zombies with it. You won't get points, but it's very useful. The map is very open and wide with many places to explore. The bus depot is where you start. You go to a diner, a farm, a power plant, and a town. The problem with that is the fog they implemented into the game. I get what they were trying to do with the fog, to give you that feeling of dread, fear, and desolation. What was once a planet full of life is now a post-apocalyptic hellhole. Another reason why they have fog is because of limitations on older consoles. I mean, that's also another good reason. The problem with the map being really large is not only the fog, but how far each place is. Yes, you do have the bus to take you to places. Can't forget that Ted the bus driver is the best part about this map. But if you get off too early or miss the bus, you'll have to walk to the nearest bus stop, and it is really annoying to get there. You may think it's the zombies or the tedious walks. More than that, it's the new zombie type, the denizens. These little gremlin monkey fucks will go up to you as soon as you enter the empty road. They will then start ripping your face so many times to the point where you go down. The only way to make it stop is by knifing them off you. You can shoot them, but you won't get any points or power-ups. You also have the Avogadro, an electric being that has the capability of disabling the bus and Ted. You can't defeat it using guns. The only way to defeat it is by using your knife. It's really annoying. The map has so much lava. It makes sense story-wise, but it's so annoying just to see so much lava. If you step on it, you get damage from it. If a zombie steps on it, however, it will be on fire, and if you kill that zombie, it will go boom. But Mr. Bionicle Person, I hear you calling me, is there a wonder weapon that makes this map fun? The wonder weapon in this map is the Thrusterdyne Aeronautics Model 23, also known as the Jet Gun. It's like the chainsaw in Left 4 Dead 2 and the Thunder Gun having a bastard child. In order to get this wonder weapon, you're thinking whoring the box, right? No! You have to go across the map and find the pieces to build the Jet Gun. Doesn't sound hard, right? There's one piece there, and here's another piece. Well, guess what? There are also 2 more pieces lying around in a cabin and behind a fucking cornfield. And with the fog, good luck spending so many hours finding these 2 pieces, while also probably getting your face raped by those denizens, or probably getting bitch slapped by a zombie. Oh, and by the way, you're also limited to holding 1 piece at a time. Yeah, it's so torturing. If you're lucky and the great beings, Ninth Vines, Montanui, or Arceus, or whoever is watching over us is in your favor, the weapon is not worth all that time and effort. The weapon pulls in zombies and instantly kills them. You get a limited use before it breaks. When it breaks, you have to rebuild the weapon. If any of the pieces fall into the lava, it will return to its original place. But if the bus runs them over, it's gone from the game. You can let it cool it down, but it takes so long to do so, and you have to hold the weapon out. People have deemed this weapon to be the worst wonder weapons in Call of Duty Zombies, but frankly, I think the worst wonder weapon would have to be the Winter's Howl, because of its weak power and ammo capacity. They could have easily fixed this thing. It's a wonder weapon that has an interesting idea and concept, but a big pile of shit problems. You also can't get it from the mystery box, nor can you pack-a-punch it because it's an equipment item similar to the zombie shield. There's also the EMP grenade. Technically, it's not a wonder weapon because it came from the campaign and multiplayer, but it sucks so much. If you throw it at a box, perk machine, or the bus, it will disable them. If you throw it at zombies though, it will stun them for a while. Honestly, it's really not worth it. The only use for it is that it can insta-kill the Avogadro. Oh, and let's talk about pack-a-punching. In previous maps, to access pack-a-punch, you have to do a challenge. Derice, Ascension, Shangri-La, and Moon do a good job with that. Or sometimes it can be simple. Just press some buttons and you gain access to it. But here, you open 2 vault doors in the town by using frag grenades. That doesn't sound hard. The third door, on the other hand, you have to bring a turbine to the power generator underground for the third door to open. It works nice on co-op play, but in solo play, it fucking sucks. After all that, you have to build it, and then you can use Pack-a-Punch. Pack-a-Punching got an update. You can now re-Pack-a-Punch weapons, but it doesn't improve damage or usefulness. It only changes the attachment you get for some of the guns. The map introduces a new perk, that being Tombstone Soda. How it works is whenever you go down, you have the option of letting yourself die before any players revive you. If you die, a tombstone power-up will appear. Once you come back into the game, you can pick up that tombstone power-up and get your stuff back you lost, including your perks. Sounds like a cool idea in concept, but in execution-wise, it's really bad. Due to how big this map is, and the fact that the power-up will disappear if not picked in time, it's not a great perk to get. The perk is not available in single player, only in co-op. The map also updates Double Tap Root Beer into Double Tap 2. Not only does the weapon fire rate improve, but it also increases bullet damage. That's pretty neat. You have the option of playing the map smaller by choosing a location on the menu screen. You can play Bus Depot, which is basically Knock, Farm, which is basically Verrückt, or Town, which is pretty much what every player would want to play. You have the option of changing the difficulty from original to easy, or changing the starting round to a higher round. It's actually not that bad. There's also a different game mode in Black Ops 2 Zombies called Grief, which has 4 players in 2 teams competing with each other. It's a very interesting idea. The ray gun and monkey bombs make a return with new looks. You just get them from the box and go to town with them. Ray gun is pretty much the McDonald's of wonder weapons. Not great, but always there for you in desperate times. As well as the monkey bombs. Not great, but very convenient. There's a new melee weapon called the Galvanknuckles. In Black Ops 1 and World at War, you can buy something called the Bowie Knife or Sickle depending on which map you play. The Bowie Knife can hit zombies up until round 16 or 17 where it becomes useless. The Galvanknuckles is a stronger Bowie Knife, but requires 6,000 points to use it. It can also take down the Avogadro easier. Easter egg song is called Carry On, and it's performed by Kevin Sherwood, and this time not sung by Elena Siegman. I really don't know. Just comment on what you think is the right pronunciation. But instead, it's sung by Clark S. Nova. The Easter egg itself is really tedious, and I am not going to play it. But there's a lot of good cryptic lore in this map or something. I don't know. So Tranzit wasn't a great map. Had a lot of interesting ideas and concepts, but fell really flat in terms of execution. There was another map that existed when the game came out, Nuketown Zombies. Only this map is a pre-order bonus. If you buy the deluxe version of the game, you get this map for free. If you didn't, it's paid DLC. Seriously? But what does Nuketown Zombies have in store? For one, it's not open or too big like Tranzit is. That's good. There's no lava. Another plus. It's pretty small and familiar, being a map based on Black Ops 1 Nuketown. Okay, sounds like it's a good map, right?
No!
This map, just like Transit, has flaws. For one, there's no new wonder weapon. The ray gun and monkey bombs make a return, but no new wonder weapon. I would have been fine if they brought back a previous wonder weapon or made something out of whatever asset they had in Black Ops 2, but no, there's no new wonder weapon in this map. There's an exclusive gun to this map, that being the M27, and that's about it. To get Pack-a-Punch or any of the perks, you have to play 5 rounds or so, and then a perk machine comes down falling into a random area. There's also no new perks, nor any of the perks from Black Ops 1 make a return. The only perks you get are Juggernaut, Quick Revive, Speed Cola, and Double Tap 2. No PhD Flopper, no Stamina Up, no Meal Kick, no Deadshot Decory, and hell, no Tombstone Soda. It could have worked well on this map. The characters you play are just CIA dudes and CDC hazmat motherfuckers. They have no lines. Frankly, I don't give a damn. The map does not contain any new buildables, nor any previous ones from Transit. There's also no new Easter egg song added into this, nor any major Easter egg. Though this game serves as a prequel to Transit, as you play the game, you'll hear progress from Moon's Easter egg through radios, and at some point, the demonic announcer goes from Samantha Maxis to Richtofen. That was all that was released when the game came out. These two maps weren't great. They had a lot of flaws and had a lot of players probably disappointed. But what about the DLCs? Because at the end of the day, DLCs can make or break a game's replayability. Let's get into that. Starting off with Starting off with Die Rise. Taking place on the roofs of buildings in Shanghai, China, there's no lava, which is a plus in my books. The map contains a new wonder weapon called the Slickofire. This is basically like the splatter shot from Splatoon, but before Splatoon even existed. Unlike the splatter shot, this gun shoots a purple goo puddle that can cause zombies and players to slip and slide. It sounds like a really shit weapon, right?
No!
If you shoot the Slickofire at a zombie, it makes them explode, and any purple stuff that touches any other zombie explodes with them, causing a chain reaction. This weapon was so OP that Treyarch had to nerf it, making this weapon useful up until round 70 if I recall. You have to build the weapon, and it's very easy to find the parts. After that, you get it from the mystery box, unlike the jet gun. But you can't Pack-a-Punch it. Believe it or not, there actually exists a Pack-a-Punch version in the files. Nothing has changed, only it being called, and it's a pretty fucking stupid name, Slickofire, but it's in lead speech. Seriously? None of the buildables from Transit return. You have a new buildable that is the Tramplestein, and it's actually really useful. You can set it as a trap, or you can use it to fling yourself from place to place. Die Rise has special rounds similar to Hellhounds, only instead of fighting Hellhounds, you fight zombies called Jumping Jacks. They're just Nova Crawlers, but on a high dosage of whatever illegal drugs the kids are into these days. They can jump on walls, teleport, do ninja kicks or something. You can get a random perk bottle if you shoot all of them with 100% accuracy, but why would you want to do that? Speaking of, there's a new perk introduced in this map. It's called Who's Who. What it does is that if you go down, a clone of you will be created and you can revive yourself with all your stuff kept. However, the problem with this perk is that you start with a pistol, and if you get downed on a high round, good luck to you. Die Rise gives us some new wall weapons, the AN-94 and a sniper rifle that I can't remember the name of. The audio logs in this map are very scary, as well as the atmosphere. Aside from that, the map design in Die Rise is so confusing and really hard to follow through. You have to be careful with this map because if you don't, you fall and die. I had a hard time trying to figure out where the hell I should go because it's really confusing and hazardous. The characters in this map don't change at all. In fact, most of the voice lines are borrowed over from Transit into Die Rise. Easter egg song is We All Fall Down, composed by Kevin Sherwood and sung by Clark S. Nova. Included in Die Rise is a new zombie game mode called Turned, and I actually enjoy this game mode a lot. It's honestly a fun game mode to play with friends. How it works is that one player is the human being whilst the other players are the zombies. If one zombie kills the human, that person becomes the human. The one who survives as the human wins after a time limit is up. Mob of the Dead would be the next map in the DLCs. This map has been hailed as one of the best maps in Call of Duty Zombies. Not just Black Ops 2, mind you, but in general. Ask anyone what their favorite map is in Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies, and I'm sure they'll say Mob of the Dead, though Ackman did say he didn't enjoy it as much as Black Ops 1 zombie maps. Take it with a grain of salt. For one, we have a new cast of zombie characters. We have Sal DeLuca, played by Charles Palminteri. I hope I said that. Chaz Palminteri. There we go, I think I said that. Billy Handsome, played by Ray Liotta. I really hope I said that right. Finn O'Leary, played by Michael Madsen, and Al Arlington, played by Joe Pantoliano. This map takes place in a twisted Alcatraz. Once the game starts, you go into something called Afterlife mode. This is pretty much what Tombstone Soda and Who's Who should have been. Not only it's a perk, it's a gameplay mechanic. The mechanic makes you invisible towards zombies. You have the power to teleport zombies away or turn on or disable electronic devices. In solo play, you get 3 afterlives. In co-op, you get 1. You can willingly use it at an electric panel thingy, or you go down. If you go down, you lose your perks, but if you willingly go down at the electric panel, you keep your perks. After a round is complete, you get an afterlife. This is great for those who are casual players or not experienced enough. Aside from that, the map introduces a new perk called Electric Cherry. Taking this perk gives you the ability to create a shock pulse as you reload. The perk also has no jingle, just weird ambient music. The perk's jingle would continue to be a mystery. Hopefully one day we will get an answer of what it is. For now, we ponder. The map has a soundtrack to go with it as well. New round start and end themes. The soundtrack feels atmospheric and dark, and I like it. There's 3 new wonder weapons to play around with. The Blundergat, a quadruple barreled shotgun that shoots bullets horizontally. Thankfully, it's available in the box and it can be pack-a-punched. It's not super powerful, but it's really fun to use. It's like a Giga Chad super shotgun from Doom. There's the first melee wonder weapon, the Golden Spork, and the Hell's Retriever, which is a tomahawk that can pick up power-ups, home in on enemies, and you have unlimited uses. The Zombie Shield returns as a craftable. There's also the Asagat kit, which can let you turn your Blundergat into the Asagat. The Asagat shoots flechettes that can explode on enemies. You also have to collect parts to build the plane. The plane leads you to the Golden Gate Bridge, where the Pack-a-Punch is located. Oh yeah, there's also a new Pack-a-Punch camo. It looks really cool. The map has new wall weapons and box weapons. One of them is the Death Machine. While technically not a wonder weapon, it's so much fun to use and it can be pack-a-punched, making it even more fun. The map has a Tommy gun wall buy, and it's really fun to use. One thing about using a Tommy gun in COD Zombies just goes really hard. The special zombie in this game is the Brutus. He can disable usables such as the random box or perk machines. You would have to spend your money to use them again. Brutus also uses George Romero screams from Call of the Dead. It's funny. I like it. Easter egg song for this map is Where Are We Going? Sung by Maluka, written by Kevin Sherwood and James McCauley. This song feels really dark and emotional compared to the other songs where they were death metal like. Blood of the Dead's version in Black Ops 4 also gave me feels. It's a really good song. The Easter egg in this map is very unique as well. Rather than rewarding you with perks or something cool, you get 2 endings. This would be a later continuing theme in the later maps. Buried would be the next map, taking place in a western town buried underground. This map has a lot going. The characters have more personality than before. The map doesn't throw so many hazards like it did in Die Rise and Transit. The map introduces weapon chalk, allowing you to put any weapon you want on any part of the map with a chalk question mark. Unfortunately, this feature does not return in later maps. The Trample Steam and the Turbine make a return. You also have 2 new buildables, the Head Chopper and the Subsurface Resonator, and both of them are pretty useful. The Head Chopper can be placed on walls and can be used for camping areas, while the Subsurface Resonator fires a sonic blast that can instantly kill zombies. Buried has 3 new wonder weapons, the Paralyzer, Time Bomb, and the Ray Gun Mark II. The Paralyzer is what should have been the jet gun in the first place. It's an infinite ammo weapon that creates a stasis field that slows down zombies and later kills them. You can also use it to fly around with it. Unlike the jet gun where it blows up, this one has a cooldown. The Time Bomb is a pretty cool wonder weapon. It's pretty much like the C4 in multiplayer, except when you throw it, it will be set to go back to whatever round you threw it at. You'll go back to that round with everything set to that round. It's exploitive both in a good way and in a bad way, as you can easily troll players with it. The Ray Gun Mark II shoots 3 lasers that can penetrate multiple zombies if shot at the head. only one player can have the Mark II. With this DLC, the Ray Gun Mark II was added into previous zombie maps, similar to Mule Kick being added when Moon was released. Speaking of, the Ray Gun and Monkey Bombs get new textures. I do like them. There's also the Remington New Model Army. Not a wonder weapon, but it's a really cool weapon to use on this map. The map has a giant companion. Give him booze or candy and he can help you destroy obstacles or fight zombies. The problem with this is that if you accidentally shoot him, he'll run back to his cage and lock himself up. He's also really slow, making it really annoying just to do the stuff you want him to do. There's a haunted mansion on this map with spooky ghost ladies. They have the chance to take points away from you if you're not careful. Defeat them and you get a free perk. Speaking of perks, the map introduces a new perk, that being Vulture's Aid. It gives users the ability to find perk machines easier. Zombies will drop pickups such as small ammo or money. They can leave a green gas cloud that can camouflage the player if entered in. This is a very OP perk, but I love it because it's fun. It's better than any other perk. Easter egg in this map gives you two outcomes depending on who you side with in Tranzit and Die Rise. If you sided with Richtofen, he will take control over Stuhlinger, give everyone all the perks, gives you 4 weapons to carry, and a fire cell that will never end. This has to be the most satisfying thing ever. Whilst if you side with Maxis, he will destroy the world and put Richtofen into a zombie. This is apparently the canon ending. Nah, Richtofen ending is canon ending. You can't change my mind. Buried also has a soundtrack with the music giving you a spooky western feel to it. Easter egg song for this map is Always Running, composed by the usual Kevin Sherwood and sung by Maluka. Origins is the final map of the DLC bunch. It takes place in the trenches of World War I, with steampunk elements thrown into the mix. You play as the good old original cast from Black Ops 1 and Cold at War, only they are different. Very different. This version of the original cast is more dark and they take themselves seriously, but they'll throw small jokes from time to time. Aside from playing as the original cast but with a new look and personality, this map has new and old weapons to play around with. The M1911 gets replaced with a new starting pistol, that being the Mauser. Pack-a-punching the Mauser gives you this really cool Han Solo laser pistol. It's a nice touch. There are also giant robots roaming the map, so much mud that it's hard for you to walk, power generators to turn on rather than a power switch. The map introduces 6 new wonder weapons: the Staff of Fire, Ice, Wind, Lightning, the G-Strike, and the 1-inch Punch. The Staff of Lightning shoots lightning bolts that can arc enemies, basically a Wonder Waff but if it was light. The Staff of Wind shoots a short-range projectile that can push away zombies. The Staff of Fire shoots 3 fireballs horizontally, while the Staff of Ice shoots a puff of ice at zombies. These weapons are not strong, but their upgraded variants are. But you have to do these tedious steps in order to make them strong. It's really annoying. Oh, and you have to go on a big wild goose chase just to find the parts to build the staffs. Again, really annoying. The best staff out of all the staffs has got to be the fire and the ice staffs. They are really easy to get and their upgraded counterparts are really good. Just get those staffs, don't bother with the other staffs. The G-Strike is a secondary grenade that calls down artillery from the giant robots. It can also distract the zombies similar to the monkey bombs. Just like the staffs, you have to do these stupid steps just to get it. The 1-inch Punch is a melee wonder weapon. It gives you a punch to push away zombies, like as if it's a melee thunder gun. Aside from the staffs that you can build the Maxis drone and zombie shield. Very useful and easy to find. You barely need a guide to look for them. The map's new enemy types are the Panzer Soldats and the Crusader zombies. The Panzer Soldats are zombies in mech suits. They have flamethrowers and harpoon claws that can pull you in. They're pretty hard to fight. The Crusader zombies are this map's special round enemies. They will pop up and power down a generator, making you run across the map to stop them. If you don't, they will move on with the next generator until all the generators are disabled. Combine that with the mud and the long ass traveling, they are annoying as hell. Hope you have a staff with you, because if you have crappy weapons, then good luck to you, bro. Rather than introducing a new perk, this map introduces the Der Wonder Fizz. It's basically the random box, but instead it gives you a random perk. Something I've always wanted when I was in middle school, obsessing over zombies. You can ride on a tank similar to the minecart and lunar landers from Black Ops 1. Just like Mob of the Dead and Buried, it's got a soundtrack giving you this cyberpunk feel to it. Easter egg song for this map is Archangel, written by good old Kevin Sherwood, but this time sung by Elena Sigmund, Clark S. Nova, and Maluka. There's also another Easter egg song called Ether, and this song created by Brian Toohey is fucking hype music. Eat your heart out, Raymond. Finally, the Easter egg in this map gives you an ending cutscene where Samantha, Maxis, and her brother Eddie are playing with toys. This was considered a shitty ending by a lot of people. It's like the ending to the first Smash Brothers game where all the characters were just a bunch of plushies.
I can do whatever I want.
Well, that's all I have to say for Black Ops 2 Zombies. Had a pretty bad start, but as time went by, we got some good zombie maps. But even then, there were a lot of flaws with those maps. Let's finish things up with a conclusion, shall we? In conclusion, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is still one of the best Call of Duty games to date. You have an awesome campaign with a toy box full of weapons to play around with, multiplayer with new mechanics added to spice up the gameplay, as well as pimping out your weapon. While Zombies didn't start off with something awesome like Kino, it would pick up the pace with some of the later maps. I give Call of Duty Black Ops 2... hate to say it, the purple stud rating. I wanted to rate it lower, around 8 or 6 blue studs, but due to the campaign being really good and Zombies innovating on the experience while also giving Mob of the Dead, I feel like it deserves that rating. And that concludes the reviews I made for the Call of Duty Black Ops trilogy. Yes, I'm including World at War in there, and no, I'm not reviewing Black Ops 3 or 4. Fuck those games. Maybe the Zombies part, but I won't make promises. So that's the end of this video. What do you think of Black Ops 2? Still think it's GOAT, or do you have different opinions? Share me your comments below, and please, keep it civil. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share me feedback on how I can improve future videos. Seriously, sending me constructive feedback actually does help. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!